The first time I saw speculative futures used to shape cities, I was standing on the work. It was an April evening years ago, and I was headed to a client meeting. I hustled from my car toward the building in question, my arms full of rolled paper, when I noticed a series of questions chalked in block letters on the sidewalk. "I wish this was blank," the words called out. A statement followed by an empty line, stretching like an invitation. The sidewalk fronted an empty lot surrounded by a chain-link fence. Save for a few clumps of grass and plastic bags, the lot was empty. The sidewalk in front of it, however, was full. Chalked statements spread across the cracked pavement, each starting with the same phrase. "I wish this was blank." Pieces of chalk lay scattered along the sidewalk's edge, which previous passersby had used to fill in the blanks. I wish this was a park. I wish this was a garden. I wish this was a glow-in-the-dark dance floor. I later learned that the effort was a replica of work by the artist Candy Chang. She had done a series of public installations in the mid-2000s, pasting stickers on vacant city buildings in New Orleans. Each was printed with the words, "I wish this was blank." Her stickers were a question and statement both, transforming boarded-up windows and weathered siding into spaces where people shared their dreams about what could be. It was a simple kind of speculative futures approach, an invitation to ask, what if? And why not? Standing on the sidewalk that April evening, staring at the words chalked on the ground, I didn't understand that bigger context. I didn't know Chang existed. I didn't know that what-if questions were fundamental to the speculative futures field. I didn't know what speculative futures was. I just thought that the phrases were a playful way to spark public conversation about the vacant lot's future. People were voluntarily, happily it seemed, brainstorming what the site could be. I wanted to join, to skip the scheduled client meeting and add my ideas to the growing list. Since I also didn't want to lose my job, I hurried toward the building instead. Asking what people want vacant lots to become is one of many reasons to use speculative futures. Silicon Valley companies apply the tools to prototype new technologies. International governments harness them to shape long-term development strategies. Hollywood studios ensure the success of franchises like Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe by building on their principles. The various approaches form an amorphous field, with little agreement on definitions or applications. To steal the words of researchers Shelley Strebe, Nalo Hopkinson, and Christopher Fan, I've come to understand speculative futures as an umbrella, under which a wide range of strategies for world-making and imagining the future are situated. Although the tactics under the umbrella are distinct, they all use story-based speculation to explore alternative worlds. Peering into the future is a skill that sparks reflection on current conditions and the long-term ramifications of where decisions can lead. It's the gap between fantasy and reality. That's both where imagination lives and where real change can occur. Imagination massages the space between what could be and what is, transforming future uncertainties and hopes into present-day choices. Speculative futures harnesses imagination to translate fantasy into reality.